Morning, everyone. Welcome. So, who do you think is the most manipulative housemate of the season? 10 over 10. Ooh, most manipulative. First of all, I had to go and check what the meaning is. Manipulative. Unscrupulous influence over an individual or a thing or a person. That's the meaning of manipulative. Trying to control and influence people, that you're not supposed to, or you are trying to exert yourself on them. I think the dictionary meaning is exercising unscrupulous influence over a person or a situation. Basically, that's what manipulative is. So, right on the top of my head, I would never think of Faith. Not once, but somebody thinks is Faith. Watch this.
Housemate was the season.
Manipulative. That's such a strong word. I'll just pass. I don't think anybody was manipulative. People did stuff, but I don't think. I would like to skip on that.
Dede, you like to skip? Imisi, who do you think I skip it? Okay. Faith. Okay.
Faith. Why Faith, though? If the word was the most troublesome for her as Imisi, if the word was the most troublesome housemate, because again, everybody lived their story, everybody's telling their story. The experience that Imisi have or has isn't the same experience a Zita would have, because the relationships are not the same in the house. The experience that a Dede would have is not the same experience that Capable would have. So everybody has their own story to tell within the house as it relates to one individual who they may be relating with or relating to. And just like everybody also have their own experience with who they think the big brother face looks like. If they are out now telling everyone, describe to me who you think or how you think big brother looks like, I'm sure that they're not going to tell you that it's one faced person or one big fat man, or they will tell you totally different ball game. They'll tell you totally different stories, just as it is with different persons, and that's how it is with every other person there too. And Ebuka will tell you that every season comes with its own story. It's never the same. It's never the same. You can always liken personalities to different personalities in different seasons. Okay, you could say, a Faith reminds us of Perry. A Zita reminds us of another, person in another. But you can't say this show reminds us of that show. Like the entire 10th season reminds us of the 5th season, or reminds us of the 8th season. You could say a personality reminds us of this personality. So that is the reason why everybody has their own story. That is the reason why I think that if Faith can come off as manipulative to Imisi, Faith will come out as a sweetheart to Dede. That's the reason why if Faith comes out as a manipulative to Imisi, Faith can come out as the most intelligent for someone like Mide. If Faith is manipulative to Imisi, Faith could come off like somebody who is a go-getter. He's bold. And that's what most of the ladies these days love, from today's guys, especially today where, most guys don't know how to approach ladies. But for somebody like Faith, who is bold, who is strong, who is a go-getter, they love and they try to embolden that boldness from this man as long as it is to her advantage, because they feel that somebody like this can not just provide for them but also protect them. That is the woman mind for you. So, having said that, I don't think that Faith is manipulative. You could say he is intelligent. You could say he is a go-getter. You could just say he is smart. You could say those great things about him. But the word manipulative might not be the right word. When you say manipulative, you're trying to exert an influence or control people, unscrupulously. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think he was doing that, because he was, first of all, conscious of himself, and of course, somebody who is intelligent, he knows his intelligence is the midst of people whom he thinks that he's more intelligent than. He even shows it during task. Oh, he tells you, look, without me, you can't win this. And truth be told, when he exerts himself in all of those tasks, the team, comes tops. So he has that ability, but you can't use the word manipulative where Faith is. Like I said again, everybody is telling their story from a different perspective, from different, what Imisi says about Faith is not what they did on a very good day. If Dede is even forced to say a thing or two, he wouldn't say Faith is manipulative. He wouldn't say Faith is manipulative. Maybe Imisi mixed it, or she didn't really exactly know what manipulative is. Because again, let's take a look at from the beginning. Imisi loved Faith, wanted Faith, and she hasn't denied it in all of her, interviews. And she even said that she felt because Faith is brilliant and intelligent, he can have a positive impact on her, and that's the reason why she doubled down, wanted this guy. But it was unfortunate that Faith didn't want her, because I know that she tried severally. And in my mind, I was like, why is this lady throwing herself at this guy? It's looking obvious that this guy doesn't like you, but you keep coming at him like you want to kiss him. There was a time that she almost forced Faith to kiss her, and Faith felt really embarrassed because Faith also pushed her aside. There was a time also in the kitchen that she was trying to seduce him, So, but Faith didn't fall for those. I mean, you may not necessarily say that for some other guy. I don't want to mention names. Because if he was a Jason, Jason will sharply collect. Don't mind me. Or maybe somebody like Queen. Sharply collect and clean mouth, say, not to the apple, not to the apple. No, we are just friends. This was fun. But again, like it or leave it. From the beginning, Imisi wanted Faith, but Faith wasn't forthcoming, so she needed to move on to somebody else. And then it happens that I don't even know where and how the altercation started, because again, it almost looks as if, since you rejected me, then don't expect me to respect you, so to speak, over time, you hear about the kerosene issue. With the kerosene issue, you could always point towards one direction, because again, what is kerosene doing in the hands of Faith? Why would you be having kerosene on your hands and using that to stop people from eating? Like, why? Why do you want to do that? And why would you even make statements like, she's not going to eat? I mean, it'll be your father's house, right? You are just as a housemate as the next person. So why don't you look out for this person? And after all, it's a house for everybody. Like, you wouldn't see someone starving and not give them food, or not, look out for them if you've got the means to. Not food, not just food. So, in all, I don't think manipulative can be used for faith in that context. For whatever clash that they have, manipulative couldn't have been. It couldn't have been because faith wanted to control unscrupulously Imisi. That was why they're having issues. It couldn't have been, but that's the truth. It couldn't have been that. It couldn't have been control or unscrupulously control or influence somebody. That's the reason why, they had a fight with Sultana that, made him leave. It couldn't have been control or influence. That's why Faith had the issue he had with Manson, where they almost fought during the tail end of that particular show. So I don't know. It's the word is not manipulative. Maybe troublesome. Intelligently troublesome. Somebody who knows he's intelligent and brave and important to the house, and so he tends to want to show it. But manipulative? In fact, if you ask me, for me, the person who is the most manipulative for this season, I think is Dede. Yes, that's the reason why she got to the finals. These are three fishes thing. Going round three guys, showing green light and then switching off the green light in the middle of the whole thing and make it look like, yeah, but I know what I'm doing. I'm playing my game really well. Yeah, Dede is the most manipulative, and her manipulative sense and style was what got her to that finals. Yes. I mean, if you are able to manipulate the opposite sex, it's different when you are, dealing with your person, like same sex, male to male. Somebody can read through you and say you are trying to manipulate me, or maybe want to move on or continue what you have asked them to do, or the way they act around you. That guy, you be okay. Ladies too, the same thing. But when you have the power, when you try to manipulate the opposite sex in such a way that you do it in such a way that it's to your advantage, while you are at it, it's to your advantage. That is some real power. That's some real power there. So Dede is the most manipulative for me, I think. It's just that Kola didn't realize it early enough, because he himself had a game, because he had told Bright Morgan and the other people that he's going to break her wings and do all those things, and then it happened that it didn't turn out to be that, and so it became like shooting yourself in the foot, because that's what happened when he went out to start asking Manson those questions about whether he's dynamic with Dede, whether he thinks it was to his disadvantage. Like, I'm just paraphrasing what he was asking Manson. So to tell you that he actually lost while playing a game, that's crazy, and that's what Dede did. Did they do this one? Well, there's some comments. I'm not sure I can take them, but I could take them maybe a little later. So stick around. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.